100-Year-Old Man sort of came out of two ideas, really. It was after my old band split up, I wanted to do like a collaborative thing with people from bands that we'd played with over the years. I guess the next step was just you getting us round to jam, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just three of us.
Day in my old basement.
Yeah.
Like a dirty, damp basement in Leeds.
We sort of started talking about writing more. We started recording on a computer and realised that we needed more than the three of us.
No, I couldn't play drums.
Well, you knew that already.
I was given probably 3 or 4 bands to listen to, which were Court of Luna, The Ocean, probably Botch, but I was listening to quite a lot of Botch anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I think for me it was similar stuff. Like the idea was, a post-metal band with the influences that we had. Like, so I came from a hardcore band, so it's like, post-metal band, but with the hardcore elements.
First got involved with John through keyboard player Dan Argyle. I've known him for a very, very long time, and I think we were out one day on the piss with him, and he basically introduced me to Owen and Tom, and mentioned that they were working on some stuff and they needed a drummer to help out.
Driving the support band around Europe, and just kind of got involved from there. I was really digging the stuff that they were playing, and obviously the drummer that was there after the whole spontaneous combustion, it was only natural that I stepped in.
Adding new members in added more layers like the keys and stuff, but also Chud made a big difference to drums. Having a drummer who wasn't necessarily coming from the same place as us, but like was quite experimental and enjoyed trying different things. We'd write a riff and have a beat in mind, and then Chud would play something entirely different over the top,
which was quite confusing sometimes.
But it worked.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In regards to like not having an outside influence, I think for the initial album, I think it was really good. Not having an influence on the outside, like, it gave us a chance to put out all the ideas that we wanted to.
Yeah.
Rather than it being not so much diluted by somebody else, but like maybe
we made the album we wanted to make.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like it was 100% the band, and I think for an initial album, I think that's super important.
We had the whole of Breaching recorded on a computer with bass and drums and vocals and backing vocals and keys and everything all there, pretty much how it ended up on the album, just in a demo form. So we knew the track order, we knew everything that we were going to do with Breaching before we recorded it.
When we were recording Breaching, there was a moment where me and Owen stayed behind to record some drone that actually I think ended up on the Ray EP rather than Breaching. The drone was pre-recorded, but we had to record an ambience for it, so we played it back through 2 amps in the massive room that we had. And then me and Owen just stood outside because we had to press play and run out and just listen to about 5 minutes of drone before we were able to go back in again.
The first show we did went ridiculously well.
Yeah.
And loads of people came up and couldn't believe that it was our first show, including us.
Chud hadn't played a gig in ages.
Yeah.
Neither had Aaron. You'd never played a gig before.
I don't think any of us had been.
I hadn't played
much fit.
Oh yeah. I hadn't played a gig standing up for 4 years. there was a certain thing going on in Leeds musically, like in the metal community, and we kind of were a bit different. And like, not that there weren't sludge and doom bands in Leeds, but there weren't anywhere near as many as there are now. And so we kind of filled a gap, maybe a little bit. But also, I think because we still had the hardcore element, like the stage show and the like floor show thing with Paul and Aaron, it kind of,
I guess it was fitting with a lot of different genres and different bills, so we got quite a few gigs that we could just jump on and it would work.
Playing Bloodstock for the first time was phenomenal. It was like an experience I've never had as a live musician before. And then weirdly, the best, what I personally think is the best gig I've ever done is the smallest gig we did, which was one in Meat Locker.
Meat Locker.
Yeah.
Did you touch the ceiling?
I touched the ceiling, yeah. That was it.
That was a fantastic show. There was something about that where it seemed like an almost tipping point.
One of them for me was on our first European tour on the outskirts of Bruges in that little squat.
oh yeah, my birthday.
Yeah, it was your birthday. It's just a really good
The
show.
house.
Yeah.
Mine's probably every show on that first European tour. Probably.
Yeah.
They all blur into one pretty awesome tour. And I guess Bloodstock both times. Sophie Stage was obviously the biggest show we've done, I think, to date. That was amazing, that place.
Damnation was pretty fun, but
Yeah.
it went too quickly to really remember it.
Actually, yeah, no, Damnation was really good. I remember it sounded massive.
Yeah, I couldn't see very much,
No,
but that's
we did-
Tom's idea.
we did tell them to go. We just said there is no such thing as too much smoke, and they definitely pushed that, I think.
Damnation for me, playing Damnation. The show itself, we opened up the small room, and it was rammed. Just seeing like the room was packed with people struggling to get in, and just having like that buzz around the band was amazing.
The evolution of how it feels to the first record and even to like earlier EPs, there's definitely been some growth in what 100-Year-Old Man is supposed to sound like. And I feel like that's a bit more of a groove now rather than before. Maybe we were writing for influences, writing songs that we thought should sound like how they're going to sound. But now it's got that sound. You can't comment on that.
No, I can't. I don't want to comment on the new sound. But from what I've heard of the stuff live, I think it feels like a natural progression for me.
Yeah.
The heavy parts are heavier, but they've still got that groove to them that not so much missing before, but like there was elements of it. But I think they've kind of taken the lead with those a bit more. And yeah, I'm excited to hear what comes of it next.
Same. As a fan.
Yeah. As a big old fanboy.
Going forward for him, I think I've just ever since I've stepped down, I've just seen them go from strength to strength. They've played bigger gigs. They've got more people following them. It's just it's just brilliant to see like the guys just keep this train going.
Yeah, man. There's definitely a strong foundation being set, and it's been one of my biggest sort of anxieties is making sure that whatever I do sort of lives up to what's on Ray, what's on Breaching, because it's, you know, it's gone down really well. We've got a big fan base around that, so it's making sure really, you know, to build on that and keep the momentum going really.
Definitely with the bulk of this new record, there's a bit more of a stronger idea of what it should do and what it shouldn't do. But I think in terms of where it could go, I like to think that this album is going to be pretty different from Breaching. It certainly feels different, and I'd like to think that when we do the third record, it will be as different again.